All right, thanks for joining us. Welcome back. It's a summer sizzler, Saturday night, live on BT Sport from the SSE Arena, Wembley. Joyce, unbeaten Olympic silver medalist, the man knocking on the door for a world title. There was big news this week about that. He takes on Carlos Takam, who has brought hell to the door of every man he has ever faced. It's live on BT Sport this Saturday night, and it's an absolute cracker. With me, I have, of course, the juggernaut, Joyce. I have Carlos Takam. I have DeGuardia of Star Boxing. Lovely to be working with you, Joe. And, of course, we have Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren. Frank.
Thanks, Dev.
And, of course, we have the chairman of the Joyce fan club, Mr. Sam Jones. How could we forget? I mean, he's going to be busy in this presser, aren't
It's okay, Dev.
I'm never going to forgive
It's okay, Dev.
We go again.
It's all right.
Again.
No problem. It's all right, yeah.
No problem.
We crack on.
Get you outside.
We move. So Sam Jones is definitely here. We are indeed all here. Frank, let's start with you. In terms of a heavyweight fight, this is a cracker, right?
I think so. You know, you look at, it's the old adage, you know, stars make fights, and Carlos Takam, you know, the British fans know he is. He's had, what is it now? It's 45 fights, and he's had 28 knockouts. I mean, Joe's had 12 fights as a pro, stopped 11 of them. So when you look at as the professional experience, I mean, Carlos is, you know, far more experience than Joe has. Having said that, Joe's now in the number one spot after this fight takes place between AJ and Usyk, and he can't afford to slip up. You know, he's got it there. He's got to the position that we all were trying and working very hard to get him to. And now everything's on the line on Saturday. This is like a world title fight for him because he cannot make a mistake. And, you know, you look at Joe, he's done everything as a pro that he's been asked of. He's done a fantastic amateur career, got robbed for the gold medal, should have had that, but he's had a fantastic amateur career. He's suddenly caught on as a heavyweight now, and he's on the cusp of doing something really good. So I'm looking for him on Saturday to make a statement, to put a performance in there, and come out there that everybody says, hang on a minute, this fella can win a world title, that he can do it. And you know, my good friend there, Joe, we've known each other for 150 years. He really fancies his man. I know we all say that, but he generally fancies Carlos. So him and I are going to have we're going to bet on who's going to pay for the meal, the restaurant we're going to. But you know, Joe's no slouch. He's handled and looked after through Star Boxing some excellent fighters over the years, excellent fighters. And the one thing about him, all of his fighters come to fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, tell us about this heavyweight picture then. Obviously, that news emerged this week with the making of Joshua against Usyk. That means Joe is well in line for his shot. Tell us about that, and how quickly do you think that fight can happen?
Well, it's quite, I mean, still the heavyweight scene at that top end is still a mess, to say the least. You know, the fight should have taken place between Tyson and AJ. It didn't happen, as we all know, for the reasons. The arbitration decision, and then Tyson's fight's been pushed back now till October. AJ and Usyk are getting it on in September. But you know, the next generation or the next wave of heavyweights are lining up and got themselves into the position to fight some of these mandatories. I think that hopefully, if Tyson and AJ come through, hopefully they come through their respective fights. I can't say I don't fancy Tyson to do that, I do, but they come through their respective fights. Then everybody wants to see that fight. Everybody wants to see that get that on. But Joe, providing he wins on Saturday, will be in the position that the winner will have to fight him or vacate the title. And if he vacates it, he'll fight for the world title anyway. So whatever happens, he's in a great position. But everything is at stake on Saturday. Everything. His whole career as a pro, where he's all the hard work he's done, all that amateur background, all his pro fights, you know, his 12 pro fights, he's now in a position now where this is like a world title fight for him. He cannot slip up, because if he does, it all melts away.
A lot of pressure heading into Saturday night. Thanks, Frank. We'll come back to you very shortly. DeGuardia, what a great fight and what an opportunity for your man, Carlos Takam.
Oh, fantastic opportunity. I mean, it's one of those things where you come in and you look to upset the apple cart. You know, I know Frank, and as Frank says, we know each other so many years. It's really a pleasure being here in the UK. It's a pleasure being with BT Sport, the Wembley Arena, here at the Landmark, and with a man who's really a Hall of Fame stable in the UK for so many years. And Frank has developed so many fighters, so many world champions, and really has been boxing for the UK for all these years. And, you know, but the one thing I look at when you're friends with somebody and we're working and we're trying to make the deal, and I was hoping to get this fight for Carlos, and we're working, and I know how much he's got time-wise and everything into Joe Joyce, who was an Olympian, #1 in the world, has that position, okay? And everything's right for Joe to get the world championship fight. And, you know, I just hope it turns out well for Frank. But I don't really hope that much, because I'm hoping to get the win. And, you know, and really, it's a spectacular opportunity. Mm-hmm. And it's the kind of opportunity we're looking for. It's one of those things where you say, you know, maybe it's like a replay. You know, you think in the old days when Tommy Morrison came here and he was going to fight Lennox Lewis, and takes a little fight in the meantime, boom, gets knocked out. And that's what this opportunity means for us, the opportunity to jump into that position. And it's the whole world for Carlos. It's what he's been waiting for, and we're looking forward to it. And we appreciate the fact that we're here.
Well, the fact that you yourself are here, the fact that you have made the trip, suggests that there is a lot of confidence from your side that, you know, you're not going to go home as losers.
Yeah, well, look, we made the trip here, and, you know, my team knows that I personally made the trip myself because I want to be here with Carlos. I think it's a fantastic night, Saturday night, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Good stuff. And what are your plans for Carlos, should he come through? Should he beat Joe Joyce? I mean, he's talked himself about unfinished business with Anthony Joshua. Are you looking to box in the UK again? Is that a fight you're pursuing?
Oh, 100%. Look, first off, it would be a good precedent we'd be setting, having a nice, wonderful win on Saturday. And certainly we want to come back to the UK. And really, what we'd be looking to do is taking Carlos and walking. He's just got to go a couple of steps and go right into that stand over there where Joe's standing. That's what a win means. And you step into a different position. You step into the position where Joe is, and Joe's in a great position. He's about to fight for the championship of the world, but he's got to get through Carlos. And a win for Carlos puts him in that position.
Thanks very much, Joe. Sam Jones, who I will never forget again. Tell me, Joe seems to be developing one of the best resumes in the heavyweight division, with or without adding Carlos Takam to it. Tell me about that. Do you agree?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, from the debut and from the outset, we've had a plan, we've stuck to it, and Joe's fought all over the world against top-class opponents, and Carlos has boxed at the world level, and he's another one.
And with this mandatory news, this news that Joe is pushing closer and closer, has that added a whole new tension around this fight? Have you noticed any changes in Joe?
Yeah, he's going to be more spiteful on Saturday.
What are you expecting to happen in there on Saturday night?
I expect Carlos to do what he does. He comes forward. He's a decent boxer. He's tough. He's strong. He goes in with the head. He's dangerous with the head. It's going to be a tough fight for Joe, but Joe's best beats Carlos Takam's best 7 days a week.
You've talked about how if Carlos comes to fight, and by the way, he always comes to fight, but you said if he comes to fight, he's going to get knocked out. Tell us about this.
No, look. If he comes to try and fight Joe and swing out with Joe, he's gonna find out early. Like that's if he wants to do, that's up to him. But the fight will end early.
You seem to be getting a few headlines with regards to some of your comments and having spies in Carlos's gym. It looks like you've been getting footage or whatnot, and you seem to be having moles in the camps quite a lot. I think you had Solomon Dackers in with Daniel Dubois, who later emerged as an S-Jam fighter. Yeah. So, firstly, what is it with you and moles?
It's not a mole. It's just someone sending me the morning report of Carlos sparring. He sparred well. He did well, and as I say, I knew some of the people that he was sparring. He was doing well. Just had someone show me the footage.
Well, Carlos is here now. I don't know if you want to just tell him exactly what you saw in those spars. He's right there.
He does what he does. He comes forward. He's the sort of Mike Tyson type of style. He comes in. He throws some big shots. He's game. That's what he is. He's he spars how he fights.
Thanks, Sam. Anything you want to add? I'll come back to you later.
Hi, Carlos.
Just a little wave. There you go. There you go. Lovely. Carlos.
That's the fella who was hiding under the ring when you were sparring.
Carlos, you were saying to me, I don't even know who this guy is. Now you know. This is Sam Jones. He's been watching your sparring and stuff. It would appear. Tell us, UK fans seem to love you. They've seen you here against Joshua, Chisora, Senad Gashi. Is the Carlos Takam that they're going to see on Saturday the best Carlos Takam yet?
Yes, it's the best Carlos Takam you're going to see Saturday, the best ever. Because this fight, I was prepared this fight since 2 months now. I'm already like never be ready for the fight.
You've said a few times now that this is your time. You've said it down the camera, this is my time. Why is now your time, Carlos?
Yes, I say that, and I can say that again. This is my time because my preparation for that fight was really, very, very good. I have 2 good coaches, Dewey Cooper and Dwight White. They train me every time, every day, every night. I was so happy in my training camp. We were so happy, the good ambiance. So this is my time, definitely. I'm good. I'm ready. If the fight were going to be tomorrow, I'm going to tell you, like, yes, let's fight tomorrow because I'm ready for that fight. I'm ready for that fight.
That's what we keep hearing from you, that you are ready, so we do look forward to that. Tell me a little bit about the relationship with Francis Ngannou, who you've said is like a brother to you, and obviously he has sparred Joe. Have you spoken to him in the build-up to this fight? Have you got any inside information?
That was a long time ago when Jojo was sparred with Francis Ngannou. That time we were speaking because Francis Ngannou is my brother. Every time in Vegas we see, And he told me, yes, I sparred with Jojo. I said, oh, okay. How was that? He said, yeah, it was good. It was good. He's a strong guy. He punched hard. I said, good. And what was that? He said, yeah, he's punched hard, but it's not really technical boxing like you think. I said, oh, okay. So that's good.
Have you two together, Francis Ngannou, obviously UFC heavyweight champion, have you talked about him being UFC heavyweight champion, you being boxing world champion, and you two reigning together? Big picture of all the belts?
Yes, we was talking about that since 3 years ago. And he was telling me, listen, Carlos, man, I would like you to be heavyweight champion and then me, heavyweight champion in UFC, down, so we can make some picture together with all the belts. I said, yes. So that why I helped him to prepare his fight with the light fight. He win the belt, and then he told me, he called me, he said, this is your time, guy. Let's make me happy because I'm going to watch you. So he told me, I'm waiting for you fight with Jojo, so I'm going to be from my TV and support you. I cannot come because, I have too many things to do here. I said, yes, brother, don't worry. I'm going to come back in Vegas for the belt.
Well, this man to my right here, Joe Joyce, not Frank, Joe Joyce has probably the best chin in boxing. He takes a lot of shots and he just keeps coming forward like the Terminator. Exactly. Do you think you have the power to hurt and trouble Joe Joyce?
Are you kidding me? You asked me if I have a power? What's that? Come on, man.
They are pretty big.
I have a power. If I'm here today, it means I have a power to face Joe Joyce. He know. I know. He's a strong guy. I'm a strong guy. That fight not gonna be easy for him, for me. We're gonna go in the war. I'm ready for that fight. So don't ask me if I think I have a power for face Joe Joyce. I'm sorry, but that's a stupid question, man. Somebody gonna ask me if I have a power to face Joe Joyce? Come on. Oh.
That's a real stupid question you asked.
He's got the power, he's got big arms, he's obviously a very powerful man. So, Carlos, final one before you lamp me. Sam appears, he's had spies in the camp, and he's just told you that if you come to fight Joe Joyce, you're going to get knocked out. What is your reaction to those comments?
My reaction, listen, I hear that, but it just make me laugh, you know. Just make me laugh because Sam, he don't know my game plan. And
I do. I've watched all your spars.
say again?
I've watched all your spars. I know the game
You
plan.
watch my spy. Why? I want to ask you a question. Why you watch my spy? Maybe you scared or what?
No, I was just
Spy me.
interested.
You watch my fight because you scared of me, right?
It's interesting.
I'm not watching Jojo spy because that guy, I respect him. I don't want to go spy him.
And Francis Ngannou sent us a good luck message
That's
for
it.
Saturday.
Francis is going to say that, but that was 2 years going, yes.
No, he sent us a good luck message for this fight.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I don't know you, don't know me. This is my first time I see you today, so respect me, I'm going to respect you. If you come spar me because I'm going to fight with Jojo, for me, that is stupid. Definitely.
Anything to add, Sam?
Nope.
What?
I thought as much because it did get a bit tense.
He's angry at you, Dev, not me.
There is that as well.
Right, talk to the man.
Finally, Carlos, give us your prediction. What's going to happen on Saturday night?
What's going to happen Saturday? You're going to see Saturday what's going to happen.
There you go. Well, let's hear from Joe Joyce. We've heard from Sam Jones, we've heard from Frank, we've heard from Joe DeGuardia, and we've heard from Carlos Takam. Let's hear from the juggernaut himself. Tell me, it's obviously a tough fight. It's obviously coming to fight. Have you prepared for this like it is the toughest fight of your life?
Yeah, training camp's gone really well from the back of potentially fighting Usyk, and we've done all that I can in the training camp leading up. The camp's been good, had great sparring, so I'm in a good place. He's in a good place, so we're going to have a car crash on Saturday night. We're both going to go at it. It's going to be exciting, and then I'm going to win.
Yes.
Takam
That's
said,
it, right?
so there you go. Takam said yes as well.
Oh, great. Well,
Joe, tell me, I mean, the news broke this week about the mandatory position. It looks like you are edging closer and closer. Does it feel within touching distance, that dream, world title dream?
yeah, it feels good, and what better news to get than in the Emirates Stadium? That was just before an interview as well. I was like, yeah, that's. I expected as much, so it's good to be to be confirmed. But yeah, I've got a big testing Takam on Saturday night, so I'm not gonna look too far ahead because he's going to be a tough fight and it's exciting, and I need to beat Takam up well and make a statement, so then I can go on and win a world title after that.
Well, I asked Takam, and I'm sure this will be memed, if he had the power to hurt you. He suggested he definitely has. Do you feel, Takam, do you think anyone actually has the power to hurt you, Mr. Iron Chin?
Well, I don't want to jinx it, but I've got faith in my abilities, and I'm sure you all must have now. So yeah, it's only 2 days to go.
We will find out soon enough. Another story that emerged with you within the last couple of weeks was that after your stoppage win over Daniel Dubois, you painted it. That doesn't happen a lot in any walk of life, but you painted it. Have you got a design in mind for Carlos Takam? Are you going to do the same?
Well, I'm going to have a look at the highlight shots and see what I can come up with. But I'm sure, sure I'll come up with something.
I noticed you got like 3 massive canvases, which are completely blank when I was at your house the other day.
Yeah, I made a mistake. I've confused inches for centimetres, and now I've got these 3 massive canvases. Like when the boxes came, I was like, oh no.
But you must have you got opponents in mind for who's going to be on those canvases?
Possibly Takam.
And beyond that, you got 2 left?
Maybe face down or face up
On the canvas.
on the canvas. Yeah.
On the canvas. Tell me, look, obviously we've seen Takam on these shores before. Anthony Joshua was able to stop him within 10 rounds, although he protests that, and it was a little bit here and there. Derek Chisora, 8 rounds. Is it on your mind to do a better job on Carlos Takam than those guys?
Yeah, I definitely want to make a statement. I know, credit to Takam because he's, he gives it his all. He comes with his best, and he's a hard fight. It's, it might take a few rounds. It might take all the rounds, but at the end of the day, I'm going to get the job done. I'm going to find a way and then cruise on to a world title.
So give us your prediction then. The last time when we did our launch press conference, you said that you were planning to run over Takam and then watch Fury versus Wilder. So that's not on anymore, is it?
Yeah.
Teleshopping? What you?
Yeah, that's a shame. I'm just gonna have to like rewatch my fight over and over again and try and get some sleep after that.
And what's the prediction? Will Carlos see the distance?
I think he won't.
Okay, there we have it. Frank, final words to yourself. It's actually been quite an entertaining presser, I think. Maybe.
It has. We're two great guys, and I think we're going to see a really good fight on Saturday. Look, Carlos, you know what his style is. You know he's going to come. He's going to come to fight. And Joe, don't take a backward step. So there'll be some explosions there. I'd say it'll be hotter there on Saturday night than it is today.
Which is very hot. Actually, just before we go, Carlos, now that Joe's here, anything you finally want to say to Joe or maybe even Sam?
Anything I want to say to
Yeah,
Joe or to Sam?
Yeah.
I want to say to Joe, good luck. And to Sam, I don't think I have something to say to Sam.
We go for something to eat afterwards. I'll buy it.
He might be in your wardrobe tonight.
Yeah. I know his room number.
All right, there we go. Quite a good presser, I thought. Join us, 7:15, BT Sport, Saturday night. The remaining tickets are available at AXS, and it's at the SSE Arena, Wembley. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
It's fine, it's fine with that height, yeah. Chelsea.
Is that all right? Yeah.
Those guys.